get a show of hands, who's involved with training in the room? Who's involved in more of an HR function where you're managing trainers and other people and so forth? Yeah? Okay. So this is a room full of practitioners, which is fantastic, because this is what this presentation is really designed to be for practitioners. And I don't have a lot of time, the 26, I've got 45 minutes, and I've been told we need to provide some time for questions as well. So there'll be a fever pitch there. But I do have some prizes available. I've got my new book, which actually has not only the 26 I'll talk about today, but 52. There's some lucky people in this room will walk away with that new book full of 52 proven tricks to engage in enlivened training. So all that and more coming your way very, very soon. This is actually a picture of my team. Each year we have a theme. And we had a superheroes theme, and I always like showing these photos because my team get right into the themes each year. I'm not necessarily sure they look too much like superheroes, but they are posing for the camera, which is great. So just a quick agenda, folks. I often call this particular one our trainer's toolkit. That's why I'm wearing a tool belt there. And in these 26, I wanted to give you a whole range of things that you can modify, that you can adapt, adopt, and apply after today. Probably the most you can get out of this session is to look at which ones will work for you, how you can make modifications for those, and of course, look at ways that you can extend that in your own practice. So an A to Z means the 26, so we're going A to Z, A through Z. We'll talk about how we can make training more effective as we move through. And finally, we'll be working with some of those tips and tricks around energizers and openers and closers, as well as things like revisiting activities. And we do have a chance for some feedback and questions at the very end. Now, first of all, I wanted to show this cartoon because this reminds me of my own childhood going through school. And I'm guessing many people in this room will have had the same experience, where you've got the learned professor out the front, reading from the publication that they've written, telling you all about the important stuff, and of course, it's dead boring. Who's had that experience? Hopefully your candidates and your participants don't have that experience with you, where it's like it's in one ear and out the other. So I often talk about the importance of games. I often get referred to at home as a bit of a games master, only because I like to have fun, but I think it's important that participants are in the game, not just sitting on the sidelines and watching. It's a bit like in traditional education, once our people to be like the 12th man in cricket, where they could come out and play, but most times they're just sitting there watching the rest of the people play. And we really want them involved. And the key message today is that games and content don't have to be separate partners. They can work together. Now, games aren't the antithesis of content. They can help to challenge, they can help to persuade and reinforce and refocus and assure participants. And today we're looking at 26 that can do just that. We'll start off with A, which stands for Ask It Basket, or for any of my American colleagues in the room, Ask It Basket would also be appropriate here. And the thinking behind the Ask It Basket is invariably we have students that won't ask questions. Even when you say, are there any questions, or is there anything further that I can help you with? And lots of no's will be coming through. So what I find is when we use an Ask It Basket, we value that questions are important. We provide an opportunity for questions to be asked. And in the end, we get to find out the kind of questions people really have yearning for, but aren't or don't have the courage to put their hand up and actually ask. Now, people actually say, does anybody actually use this? Here's my tip. You put some fake ones in to get it started. Some questions you really want to have asked, but you can't really bring up yourself. You put them in there and people think, oh wow, somebody else has already done it. I feel much more comfortable putting my question in the Ask It basket. Things like, Mark, why are you so handsome? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Genetics, That would not normally be a question that we get asked. But it is something that we can put into the Ask It basket. So it's some food for thought. Now, it could be an actual basket like the picture. We often use a virtual basket. So it's like a poster on the wall with a picture of a basket, and we use post-it notes. So people will ask those questions, and throughout the day, I can collect those and answer them as I see fit. What it also means, because they're written down, I can use this to create frequently asked question sheets at a later point. So some food for thought there. So A, ask a basket, only 25 to go. 25 to go.